What's the most twisted way your parents showed they loved you? My dad believed that tears were weakness. Real men don't cry. Real men don't show feelings. Real men handle everything alone. He'd tell me this while I was still in diapers, like I could actually understand what he meant. When I was 7, I fell off my bike and scraped my knees so bad they were bleeding through my jeans. I ran home crying, wanting my dad to make it better like other kids' parents did. Instead, he looked at me with this disgusted expression and said, "Stop that crying right now. The world doesn't care about your feelings, so I can't either." He made me clean my own wounds while he watched, telling me this was how I'd learn to be tough. When I whimpered from the alcohol on the cuts, he just shook his head like I was disappointing him all over again. The worst happened when I was 13. I finally worked up the courage to tell him about my first crush, a girl named Ellie from my science class. I thought maybe this was something we could bond over, you know? Father-son talk about girls and growing up, big mistake. Thanksgiving dinner came around, and my dad decided to announce it to our entire extended family. "Our little Romeo here has a girlfriend," he said, laughing while cutting his turkey. "Can't even work up the nerve to talk to her, though. Just stares at her like a lost puppy." Everyone at the table started laughing. My aunts were cooing about how cute it was. My uncle was making jokes about buying me breath mints, and my cousins were already planning to tease me for months. I wanted to disappear into the floor. Ellie wasn't even my girlfriend. I just liked her, and now my entire family thought I was some lovesick loser. After that, I stopped telling my dad anything personal, but he didn't seem to notice or care. A few months later, I tried out for the basketball team. I'd been practicing for weeks, shooting hoops in our driveway until it got dark, running laps around the neighborhood. I really thought I had a shot at making varsity. I didn't even make junior varsity. When I came home that afternoon still wearing my tryout jersey, my dad took one look at my face and knew. Instead of saying something comforting like, "Maybe next year," or "You did your best," he nodded like he was satisfied. "Good," he said, not even looking up from his newspaper. "Now you know what failure feels like. Use it. Next time you'll work harder because you'll remember this feeling." I went to my room and cried into my pillow for an hour, but I made sure he couldn't hear me through the door. By high school, I'd learned my lesson. I became the guy who never got upset about anything. Friends started calling me chill and laid back because I never reacted to drama or bad news. Girls liked that I seemed so confident and unbothered by everything, but inside, I was completely numb. I trained myself not to feel anything because every emotion was just another opportunity to disappoint my dad. When I graduated, he gave me a firm handshake and said, "Proud of you, son," but it felt hollow, like he was reading lines from a script. I'd spent 4 years getting perfect grades, staying out of trouble, and being the son he wanted, but his approval felt empty. I didn't realize how messed up I was until I started dating Emma during my sophomore year of college. We'd been together for about 6 months when she said something that stopped me cold. "You know you don't let anyone actually know you, right?" she said one night after I'd brushed off her questions about why I seemed upset. "It's like there's this wall around you that nobody can get through." I tried to explain that I was just a private person, that not everyone needed to share every feeling, but she shook her head. "It's not about sharing everything. It's about letting people care about you when you're hurting. You act like needing support makes you weak." That's when it hit me. My dad hadn't been making me strong at all. He'd been teaching me that love was conditional on never showing vulnerability, that the people who mattered most would abandon me the second I proved I was human. Emma broke up with me 2 weeks later. She said she couldn't be with someone who wouldn't let her in, even when she was trying to help. I wanted to fight for her, to explain that I could change, but I didn't even know how to start.